Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM. We are here in Los Angeles, California. Of course, as part of our US journey. And of course, let's head across to the other side of the country. Of course, we're heading to Raleigh, North Carolina. Of course, been with the NC State Wolfpack women's basketball team. Of course, their season gets underway this coming Tuesday, their time. And of course, we've got an amazing Aussie on the show. It's great to have her back. Of course, her name's Lizzy. She joins us right now. Thank you for joining us.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Well, how's the preparations been like heading towards that first game against Anderson?
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. We had a rough, well, not rough. We had a intense preseason, like summer, and just working really hard, getting on that track, getting in the weight room. We're just, coming together as a team now and all figuring out how to blend in the new people with the vets that we've already had and just kind of hopefully get back on that same winning streak that we got last year that led us to the Final Four. So just trying to recreate that same energy and get that all going.
Tell us about the freshmen that coming through. Obviously, you would have lost a couple of the seniors from last season, championship team, and also recouped that with a couple of freshmen. Tell us a couple of freshmen that our fans back home should be looking out for.
I mean, our freshmen have been doing great. I think all of them a force to be reckoned with and have a lot of really good potential. I think Zam and Devin, especially, and Tilda, I mean, all four of them, Lorena, all of them have been doing such a great job. Zam is a point guard, and she's, stepping up for us right now. Devin, crashes the O boards real hard. She's a tough defender and has some tough finishes. Tilda, she's from Sweden, so that's another little international friend for me, and she's got a great 3-point shot. Just a solid, very solid player. Like she's 6'6", so she's even taller than me. She plays that four, so that's kind of hard to stop. Lorraine's just big, strong presence inside. So yeah, all of them. I don't know if I could pick. Yeah, just one. Probably Zam if I had to pick, but yeah.
You mentioned about the international that you have as a freshman there. How important is that for you, considering that I think last season, I think you didn't have any internationals, or I definitely know that you're the only Aussie over there at NC State. Has that helped you in regarding to get along with the others in regarding to not being homesick?
Yeah, it's super nice. I love having other internationals on my team. Obviously, as you know, at Southern Utah, I had a lot of Australians on the teams. So it was a bit of a weird adjustment to come here and be the only Aussie. We had a walk-on last year, Jana, and she's from Egypt. So she ended up kind of being my little international buddy last year. And then having Tilda come in this year has been really nice. We get to go to all the little athletic international meetings together and kind of work our way around all those obstacles, jumping through all those hoops and everything together. So someone who understands how it is to be real far away from home. It's always super nice.
Okay, what have you already learned from Matilda?
Tilda, she's just funny. I love hanging out with Tilda. I think she has a great attitude. She works really hard all the time and she doesn't let things get to her as much. She kind of just lets things roll off her back and onto the next play, she'll take feedback really well and just kind of move on with it.
How are you traveling in, I guess, in regarding to your preparation personally? And you already mentioned about the team, but yourself personally.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working really hard in the off season. I got in the gym. I gained 9 pounds of muscle mass, which was, a big deal for me. I tried to get on the track, came back and, really attacked those track workouts. And yeah, just been trying to keep consistent. I think consistency is my biggest thing. That I need to kind of grow in consistency and confidence and just I think as we mentioned, we lost a couple of seniors, and those seniors were our 4 player and our 5 player. So we definitely have a gap that needs to be filled, and yeah, hopefully I can do just that.
I know that you are doing your banner raising, not the Anderson game on October 27th, but obviously the 5th of November, which is against ETSU. How special is that? And especially for you to be part of that championship team from last season?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was so just it was I can't even describe it. Being part of that experience is something that I think I probably always dreamed of, but never thought would actually happen. Coming over and playing college basketball is what I always wanted to do. And I obviously got started at a mid major and had, such a great time there. And then to make that jump and end up at a Final Four was just unbelievable. And to be surrounded by such amazing players like Sanaya, Zaya, Madison, and all the seniors that graduated that are now playing in Europe, I think it's just such a privilege to be able to play with them and learn from them.
Tell us about your amazing coaching staff that you have there at NC State.
Yeah, uh-huh. I mean, what do you want to know? They're pretty cool. Coach Moore's obviously been coaching for a really long time. I think what attracted me here is his ability that he's had to bring players from a mid-major level and have them be successful at that Power Five level. That's really what attracted me to NC State, as well as just the level of play and the chemistry and everything. But no, they're gonna push you, our coaches for sure. But at the end of the day, they're gonna love you and just want the best for you and want the best for the team. And I don't think you can ask for much more than that. So yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned about Coach Moore. What's the one major thing that you've noticed from the coaching that you haven't had before in your basketball journey?
I don't know if this is about coaching specifically, but I think just the pace that everything moves, being at a high like Power Four, I guess now, is way different than Power Five. I just think when I first got here, it was a shock. Like you're sprinting from drill to drill. It's just a high intensity, and if you get left behind, that's kind of on you. Like you have to be prepared, you have to be ready, and they just expect a lot from you. But that's as they should at this level. So.
Now, I never got a chance to ask you this, but I'm going to ask it now. What made you go to NC State, going from, kind of the mountain area of Utah to all the way to the East Coast?
I definitely that was a big part of my shift as well. Like my choice in NC State is I really wanted a change of scene. I loved Utah. I really loved my time there. My coaches, my teammates, everything. The area, it was a really small town, and I enjoyed it while I was there. And it was so beautiful. It's really is stunning. But I think I was ready for a shift. And I think in the tournament we got to play Notre Dame, and I kind of got to see what East Coast basketball was all about. And it was fun to me, and it just seemed like a big level up, and I wanted to come over here and try it and also just see a different part of the country. I came all the way from Australia, so I may as well get to explore around a little bit.
Let's talk a bit about your amazing crowd. Obviously, I'm going to hopefully have a chance to get in over there to North Carolina and obviously get down to your game in a couple of days' time. But tell us about your crowd and what should I be expecting from the Wolfpack crowd?
Our crowd is amazing. Our fans are just couldn't ask for better. Seriously, they when we came back from our Elite Eight game last year, moving on to the Final Four, we got back at 3:30 in the morning, and when we pulled up in the bus out the front of Reynolds, which is our stadium, it was packed. All the fans there to welcome us home, and I think that basically sums up what it's like. And even when we, unfortunately lost in the Final Four, we still had that same crowd there to welcome us home. They were just so proud of us, and they're proud of us no matter what, and they support us through everything. And our stadium, Reynolds, is always fully packed, so loud, and I think teams find it really hard to play there, and it definitely helps us a lot.
Have you found playing in Division One basketball?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing experience. I really wouldn't trade it for anything. I think it's been really fun for me to be able to play at both that mid-major level and now like this high major, and just get to really see both ends of the spectrum. It's just been a lot of fun. It's what I've always wanted to do, and I think I wouldn't, as I said, wouldn't trade it for anything. It's made amazing friendships and learned a lot on and off the court.
What does the sport of basketball mean to you now, especially now being over there at NC State in your second year over there?
Yeah, uh-huh. I mean, I've always loved basketball. It's always meant the world to me, something I've always wanted to pursue. I think that coming to NC State has helped me appreciate the history a lot more, especially with the program here. There's just an amazing, rich history in this program, both on the men's and women's side. And getting to learn about all of that and be a part of it is just, amazing. Definitely helped grow my love for the game for sure.
You might as well give your amazing club back home a bit of a shout out. And have you been following how they've been traveling this past season?
Yeah, uh-huh. When I go home, I usually, I'm back with Sturt, working out with them. They had a good season last season at NBL one. They made it to the finals. They did a good job. I think they've been tracking well. I get to go out and train with them when I'm home. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to be able to catch up with all the girls when I'm home and see how they're doing.
Do you feel like the Sturt Sabres are very similar in regard to the family culture, especially now you're over at NC State?
Family, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's easy for me because I've been playing at Sturt since I was like 5. Obviously, I think I jumped around a little bit in between, but Sturt is very much like a home to me because, I just know everyone there. I think South Australia basketball as a whole is very much everyone knows everyone, and it's, just a really nice culture to be a part of. And coming over here, it's a little different because you spend 24/7 with your teammates, and, it's just that kind of different vibe, but it's definitely, I feel very supported in both environments. Love it a lot.
I know obviously most of your games are streamed at the moment. What would be your advice to people at home that should be getting up in the early hours of the morning to get back home to watch your games?
Oh yeah, I think definitely get around NC State. I think it's a really exciting school, like especially the women's basketball program has been so successful for so long. Obviously, just making it to a Final Four just made it that much better, and it's an exciting program to follow. I think we're kind of the underdogs a little bit. I know Australians love an underdog, so I think it would be good for people to come support. I know my friends and my sister's friends and stuff have done a great job of following along, and it means the world. It's awesome when I see people back home watching all the way from home, and I know that the hours aren't always great, and that there goes to an effort to be able to do that. So yeah, I would appreciate anyone that could come that could watch for sure.
How important has your family been throughout this whole journey, especially being on the other side of the world? And have they actually been to one of your games at NC State since you've been over there?
They have, yeah. No, my parents, so thankful to them. They do an awesome job at getting over here and getting to watch my games, which I know wasn't easy for them. It's obviously a long way to trek. But they came for the end of the year last year, and then they went back home. And then when we made the Final Four, they turned right back around and they came back up with the Final Four. They said sorry to to their jobs that they had to take a little bit more time off. And yeah, obviously their support not just in my college experience, but just growing up is what led me to get here, all their sacrifices and all those hours, and I just couldn't be more thankful. And all my family, not just them, my siblings, and just yeah.
Let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who's the comedian, the best singer, the best dancer on the team?
Comedian probably is Zoe. She's just always in her own world. I don't know what she's doing. And especially when her and Mallory get to joking back and forth together, I just think they're hilarious. Like, they're just so funny. Dancers, I would say the best dancers, probably Naya and Zaza, combination of them. Madison too. I don't know. Yeah, probably them too. They're the ones with all the TikTok dances that go crazy. Our whole team loves to dance though. We always dance before and after practices and everything. Best singer, I don't know. We have a little. We call ourselves the Packettes. We love to sing at the back of the bus and just come up with our own renditions. Last year, I would say KP, but she transferred. She's not on the team anymore. But KP last year. Mallory's a good singer. Um, yeah, everyone, we're a little group.
Okay, have you decided on the song that you're going to be singing in the back of the bus this year?
Oh, I don't know. Our classic is The Weekend by SZA. We
Oh,
like that
yes.
one. We sing My Girl a lot because Coach Moore likes that one. So we usually sing that one with him. Yeah.
Do you have a pre-game superstition or ritual or routine? And has it changed since we last had you on the show?
I don't know so much here if I have one. At Southern Utah, at Southern Utah, I like to be the first one out there to shoot and sit on the sideline with my headphones on with Coach Haley before I went on. But now I still like to get out there and shoot early. I'm not always the first, but I'm usually like one of the first people out there to shoot. Um, no, I try to not be too superstitious. I tell myself now I'm like, I just want to do what feels good for me, and that's my superstition. So I'm like, try not to get caught up in that because otherwise I'll go down a rabbit hole and everything has to be the same. And oh, actually, I do have one. I forget. So after we shoot, we like meet as a huddle in the corner as a post group, and then I have to run up and give Coach Kev a high five, and run over and give Coach Nikki a high five before I get started in the next warm up drill. And we have to do like a specific order, all of us. So yeah.
What's the team hype song will be this year?
Hype song this year. I don't know. Last year was definitely Ski by Sexy Red. That was what we walked out to every time. That was a good one. I'm not sure what our walkout song will be this year, but I don't know. We like just a lot of like rap like that. Sexy Red, Bossman D-Lo, Gorilla. I don't know all those things. I don't know what our specific song will be this year. It'll be interesting to see.
Have you convinced any of your teammates to come down with you to Australia in the off season?
I don't know if I have. They were really scared of like spiders. I try to tell them it's not that bad, but they don't believe me. I was just actually up in the office talking to Coach Kevin about it, and he was, showing me like Googling the deadliest animals in Australia. I'm like,
Oh no.
it's not gonna be like that. Like, it doesn't help. My sister just found a huge spider in her car back home and went viral on TikTok for posting it. And my coach is like, "See, why would I ever come to Australia?" So yeah, I'm working on it, but I don't think they're convinced yet.
How's the Aussie accent going over there with your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've lost it a little bit. People always tell me that, so I
I
hope I haven't
say
lost it
that.
too much. But it's fine. They're funny, always just saying no when I say that. Coaches like it when I say ball, like ball, ball. So yeah, it's always just a little funny talking point. Now that Tilda's here, I think her accent's a little stronger than mine, so I get some of the attention off of me as well, which is nice.
I was going to say you have lost a bit of an Aussie accent,
I
actually.
know.
I've
I've been here
noticed.
6 years now. It's like I need to get back home reacclimated. It's funny when I came back from Australia, my teammates were like, "You've just been home. I can't understand you. I don't know what you're talking about now. You sound Australian again." I was like, "Oh, I need to go home more often."
Now we'll finish with this last one. Describe your team as many words as you like.
I would say goofy, just like funny menaces. I think as well that when we need to be, we can be like locked in and serious and I don't know how to explain, just a lot of effort, like a lot of passion. I think passion's a good one. And we just care for each other a lot as well. It's a great group. We have both real sides of the spectrum a lot. We'll hold each other accountable when we need to, but we'll also have fun and love on each other the most at the end of the day. So
Lizzy, it is so awesome to have you back on the show again. I can't wait to get over there to North Carolina during this trip and hopefully get to watch you and your amazing teammates in action. And hopefully you can prove one game better than the Final Four game that you played, and hopefully all the way to the national title sometime about March, April next year.
that's the plan. That would be great. Thank you so much. I appreciate being on here and seeing you again. And yeah, it was so much fun. Thank you.
No worries. And that's Lizzy Williamson there, joining us from the NC State women's basketball team. Of course, her game, the first game is against Anderson, of course, this Tuesday here in the US, and of course, Wednesday back home. We'll put all the details up on how you can follow that game. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.